Well, as usual, this debate is held with that fallacious concept that the European Union and its governing institutions has been a huge benevolent factor for the countries it holds in its sway. The European Union has, in fact, proved itself to be to the advantage of just two groups of people: big business and the political elite. If you challenge the veracity of that statement, just ask the youths of Greece, Italy, Spain and Portugal, where unemployment is running at some 50% and whose only hope for work is to emigrate. And I won't ask you where they tend to emigrate to. Time after time we see the political ambitions of the European politicians put before the well-being of the working people of the EU. You may argue ad infinitum about the commercial consequences of Brexit from the EU, but the truth is the European Union has been an economic disaster for many of its members. We have members of the European Commission making decisions in the full knowledge that they themselves will in no way suffer financially from those decisions. I wonder how many of them pause to contemplate the appalling spectacle of the Greek pharmacist setting himself alight because their policies had caused his financial ruination. Time and time in this chamber we have heard arguments that they will not allow this or they will not allow that. Well, who is the they you talk about? Well, politicians, of course. But I reiterate what I've said in the past. It will not be politicians, for all their posturing, who will decide on the terms of our exit from Europe. It will be the businesses of Europe who will decide, and it is those that will demand that there is free and unfettered access to our markets. Of course.
I thank the member to take an intervention. Do you agree that the end outcome of any negotiations has to be put before the Council, which is all the heads of state, politicians, has to be put for the members of the European Parliament, politicians,
absolutely,
and also to the UK government, politicians. So actually it's politicians that will make the decision, not what you're saying.
Well, if you just listen to the next few paragraphs, perhaps you'll change your mind on that, David. Anyone who believes otherwise has no understanding of international trade. Governments don't sell goods to other nations. Businesses sell goods to other nations. It is merely the function and duty of every government to remove as many impediments to that trade as possible. And that, at the end of the day, is what the governments of Europe, and hence the European Commission, will be forced to do. If we are to debate the European Union, let's not look at this institution through rose-coloured spectacles, pretending that it is an institution without huge drawbacks, and its policies have had catastrophic consequences for a large part of the population of Europe. The true pragmatists among us recognise that any divorce from Europe is preferable to be manacled to a union destined to slip further and further down the tables of economic trade.